Welcome to This Week in Leadership Research, episode number 21. Each week, I introduce the exciting world of leadership studies and exploring the latest development in the field. Whether you are a seasoned leader or just starting your leadership journey, this podcast is for you. My goal is to provide valuable insights and cutting-edge research that you can use to take your leadership skills to the next level. The article I introduced this week is about the potential challenges of algorithmic decision-making in the recruitment process. Researchers asked the question, how do job candidates perceive the use of algorithm in selection and recruitment over the hiring process? The article is titled Applicants' Fairness Perceptions of Algorithm-Driven Hiring Procedures, published in Journal of Business Ethics in 2023. The link of the article is in the description of this video. Organizations have been increasingly using artificial intelligence in its hiring process. AI can process data efficiently and generate algorithmic decisions. Algorithmic decision-making refers to the use of automated process, often based on machine learning or other artificial intelligence techniques to make decisions that would traditionally be made by humans. Algorithmic decision-making systems use algorithms to analyze large amounts of data and provide recommendations or decisions based on that analysis. For example, algorithmic decision-making systems can be used to screen resumes and credentials of job candidates, predict their future job performance, track employees' job satisfaction, and recommend employees' compensation. However, using algorithmic decision-making systems bring many ethical and legal concerns. If I apply for a job and my resume and other data are processed by algorithms, I want to know whether I am treated fairly by AI-enabled recruitment algorithms. Other issues about the algorithmic decision-making systems include the loss of privacy, lack of transparency, unclear accountability, and the potential loss of human oversight. The article I introduced this week conducted 4 studies to examine how people perceived the use of computer algorithms in a recruitment context. In one study, participants perceived the use of algorithms in hiring decisions as significantly less fair than the more traditional human process. The largest difference was identified between the human condition and the AI condition. The mean score of perceived fairness fell from 7.95 under the human condition to 3.79 under the AI condition. Having a human take a final decision under the AI-assisted human condition improved fairness perception a little bit, but it was still perceived less procedurally fair than human decisions. Here, procedural fairness means the perceived fairness associated with the hiring procedures. The researchers also tested whether those different fairness perceptions were influenced by the outcome of the recruitment process, which is distributive justice in organizations. In other words, am I getting the outcome I deserve? Was it possible that the job candidate perceived the resume screening algorithms fairer if they were shortlisted for a position, and less fair when they were not selected? The results suggested that regardless of favorable or unfavorable outcomes for the job candidate, participants who were told that a computer algorithm screened their resume rated the recruitment process as significantly less fair compared to human screening. Although favorable outcomes by a computer algorithm significantly increased job candidates' perceived fairness, it remained significantly lower than that of under human decision condition. Why were participants averse to algorithmic-based hiring decisions? One explanation was that algorithm would not be able to see how unique they were as job candidates. With this result, a recommendation for organizations adopting algorithm to facilitate hiring decisions is to highlight how the algorithms can capture the uniqueness of potential job candidates. As AI-enabled decision-making tools are becoming the de facto method to screen job candidates' resumes over the hiring process, managers, administrators, and leaders need to pay attention to procedural justice in organizations. How to improve the transparency of AI-enabled human resource management procedures. When job candidates consider resume screening algorithms unfair, they are less likely to apply for the job and they are more likely to bring lawsuits claiming a violation of the Equal Protection Clause under the 14th Amendment. Even after they are hired, employees' perceived unfairness may influence their organizational commitment and job satisfaction. To address this issue, in the New York City, a local law called Automated Employment Decision Tools took effect on January 1, 2023. According to the New York City law, the term automated employment decision tools is defined as any computational process derived from machine learning, statistical modeling, data analytics, or artificial intelligence that issues simplified output, including a score, classification, or recommendation that is used to substantially assist or replace discretionary decision-making for making employment decisions that impact natural persons. Those tools must be the subject of a bias audit conducted no more than 1 year prior to the use of such tool. Before using an automated employment decision tool, an employer or an employment agency must post on its website a summary of the results of the most recent bias audit of such a tool, as well as the distribution date of the tool to which such audit applies. Under the law, at least 10 business days prior to using a tool, an employer or an employment agency must notify each candidate or employee who resides in New York City that an automated employment decision tool will be used in connection with the assessment or evaluation of the candidate or employee. Employers or employment agencies must also disclose the job qualifications and characteristics that such automated employment decision tool will use in the assessment of such candidate or employee. This disclosure must be made no more than 10 business days before an employer or employment agency uses an automated tool. Employers and employment agencies also may post on their websites the type of data collected for the automated employment decision tool, the source of such data, and the employer or employment agency's data retention policy. If an employer or employment agency elects not to publicly disclose those details online, the information must be provided to a candidate or employee within 30 days of a written request from such individual. What happens when employer fails to comply with the law? Employers are liable for a city penalty of up to $500 for a first violation and each additional violation occurring on the same day as the initial violation. For each subsequent violation, there is a penalty between $500 and $1,500. Each day on which an automated employment decision-making tool is used in violation of the provision requiring a bias audit shall give rise to a separate violation. Moreover, the failure to provide any of the required notices constitutes a separate violation. Since the law just took effect last month, it remains to be seen how effective the law will be to ensure procedural justice and distributive justice in hiring. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in Leadership Research. I hope you learned something new and valuable about the fairness concerns about algorithmic decision-making in the hiring process. Keep learning and putting into practice what you've learned. I'll be back next Friday with another exciting episode, so be sure to tune in. Thanks for listening and keep leading the way.